Hey guys, Loman02, going to be playing some 100 card here. Be playing with 4-color Scapeshift. I think we lead off here on just a basic island. Say go. Alright, and go. I guess I shouldn't have 6 because I could have Spell, Snare, Spell Pierce. Low Snare probably wouldn't be relevant. Unless they have a Chrome Mox or a Mox Diamond. Actually, they're playing Canadian Highlander, so they could have Moxen as well. Cool. Yes, I could have left up Burst Lightning here, but if I get the opportunity to get rid of the Volcanic Island, I may. Generally speaking, this deck only wants one red source in play. Alright, an Ancient Den. Interesting. Well, I'm going to cycle off the Sheltered Thicket. Okay. I'm going to get my one red source into play. I've spent 2 mountains now, which means I'm down to 24 total damage, I believe, in deck. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to repeal that just to get deeper in my deck, and hope not to hit the Valakut. It also sets up the Treasure Cruise better. Alright, this fetch land's annoying because it does only, I believe, get a mountain. This is going to come into play tapped, so might as well get a Watery Grave. No. Is there a point in fetching right now? To pretend I have counter magic, that's about it. So, no, there's not. But I think they're just going to... Okay, they're going to play top. Okay, cool. They could look for a land, and then they're going to have to flip top. It's 2 mana to find a land, though. They didn't play a land last turn, which is notable. Alright, they're going to look for one on their end step, so maybe they do have a Pierce or something. If they have Spell Pierce, can I play around it with... I'm going to try this first. And nothing. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna give this a shot. Force them to have it. It also keeps them from using top until their upkeep, which ties up mana on their turn. I don't really need any of the stuff in my graveyard, so if they have Spell Pierce, cool, they got me. They don't, okay. I kind of felt like they probably didn't. I mean, like, it's generally going to leave up top here, yeah. And now I feel pretty far ahead of me. We're 6 cards in hand. We have 4 additional lands, and we have a Sylvan Library in play. There are certainly draws that could beat us here. I mean, they could be on a Time Bolt combo deck that could just get us. But I don't feel horrible here. I feel like we're in pretty good stead with them missing land drops. I don't have any counter magic or permission. I mean, Merchant Scroll can do that for me. I'll probably end up just getting the Mystical Teachings. Okay. Oh, they're an artifact-based deck. Okay, Expedition Map. Cool. Well, I do not want Badlands, so that's going to go back. Actually, I'm going to pay for that. I'm going to Merchant Scroll here for Mystical Teachings. Okay, and say go. Now, I should have a win set up next turn. Because I can use the Mystical Tutor to find counter magic. And we are at 7 lands, have Lightning Bolt to finish them off. And ostensibly, they're going to tap out for something big here. I'm hoping they do. Because they're like an Academy deck. They're not a control deck like I was thinking. I think they're an Academy list. They could flip Expedition Map. Alright, Basalt Monolith. Okay. So I think their counter magic counts could be relatively low, so 1 counter spell should do it. Yeah, that's fine. Do I have Stifle in this list? I don't rightly remember. Some of the Mystical Teachings here. And we're going to look. I think I'm just going to find a gate. Alright, they're going to have Academy here, which could be very bad things for us. Could mean the game ends this turn. Better watch out for that Simian Spirit Guide negate. Alright, Tolarian Academy. Alright, if they're not going for it right now, that means we're probably in a really good spot. So I think here we just bolt them. I'll find a Scapeshift. We're certainly putting this back on top and this back on top. Yeah, Valakut is one of the worst draws in the deck. That's why this deck runs cards like Sylvan Library, even though Sylvan Library doesn't need much of an excuse to be run in a control build. And it's kind of shocking how consistent these decks are, like these Scapeshift decks are. I've been very happy with this build of mine. It very consistently finds its win con, has good control elements, for most different matchups. Has a small creature package, so it can win that way, if need be. Alright, so no sideboarding. Yeah, I should remember my decks better. I definitely did not remember. I mean, Ancient Grudge would be nice. Yeah, I honestly couldn't remember if Stifle was in this list or not. That's what I was going to look for. I was like, if I have Stifle, cool. So Mystical Teachings, I think I overvalued it when I found it with Merchant Scroll. I didn't really know my opponent was on Academy. Now I know they're on Academy. I mean, my sideboard has some goods against Academy, like Nature's Claim. Ancient Grudge is a good one versus them. Dispel is probably pretty good too. Crows and Grip. But Crows and Grip is really meant more so for like the complete hoser enchantments, just because it can't be countered. This is really, really close. I like this hand quite a bit, and I think I'm going to keep it, but it is dicey, guys, and like I could get very punished for it. So one lander, only one cantrip, but it does have some ramp, it does have a lot of interaction. So if it hits lands, I mean, this is a 39 land deck, so I think this is one you keep. Now, if my opponent's not on discard, so that's kind of nice for us. Alright, Expedition Map, cool. So I think now I just need to stop their mana. Alright, Inventor's Fair, part of a combo. Land. Alright, no land. Opt. I'm going to bottom that. And I'm going to put that into play untapped. So I can leave up Pierce. And then I got some time now. I have Negate. Got a lot of things and stuff going on. This is a very greedy hand, though. No one can dispute that. The one problem with Into the North is it does not, if I draw a forest land to cast it this turn. Alright, well, I just got to say go. Is that the lands do not come into play untapped. They could obviously use Academy runes here, but like they're just fogging their own draw steps at that point, which I think I'm fine with. None of this stuff is like irreplaceable. It's just time. I'm buying time to get to my land drops here. So yeah, if I don't hit my green source in the next 2 turns, I'm probably going to lose this. If I do, and really it's like 3 draw steps because I plan on remanding whatever I can remand next. At a minimum, we've kind of marginalized Expedition Map. Unless they want to go for like a Wasteland. They could do that, but I think that's a greedy line of play. Depends on their hand, though. If their hand is just full of nonsense, then maybe it makes sense to just Wasteland me. But then if I draw it, it's like, alright, you did effectively nothing with your Expedition Map. Alright, they're going to get Workshop. Workshop's a powerful land as well. I'm going to pretty much remand anything they play here, I think. Well, it depends. We'll see. I mean, if it's just mana at this point, I don't really care because the Expedition... I guess they can start Academy runesing their Expedition Map. Which could forebode very bad things for me. No problems, man. 3 and Dynamo? Yeah, you can have that one back. Alright, Toxic Deluge is not a good card in this matchup. It's a very strong card in a lot of other matchups. But this one, not so much. So, let's see what's going on, see if we can hit our land drop here. Hercules Recall, Fabricate, Defense Grid. Alright. Well, now I think we're probably losing. We saw a lot of draws here, but just did not hit mana, which was a frailty of the hand. It was a greedier keep. We knew it going in, but I think we are in trouble now. The Academy Runes, if he uses it well, is going to put us in bad stead, I think. Okie doke. I'm going to say okay to this. I'm going to say no thank you to this. And then they can, play out their Fabricate or whatever they want to do now. Yep. And what do they get here? I don't know what pointed cards they're going to have. Maybe they have Soul Ring in their deck. Maybe Mana Crypt. If it's Mana Crypt, they're not going to put it into play this turn, I don't think. I don't see a lot of benefit to that, unless they want to... Oh, I guess they would play it this turn, because they can sack the Buried Rune to get back the Expedition Map to find Tolarian Academy next turn, but then they're only making 2 blue mana off that, and right now, it's not mana, it's cards they need to get after to make their deck run. And right now, it's pretty much the exact opposite for me. It's mana I need. I have tons of great cards, I just need the mana. But I feel like this game's going to go to them. We kept greedy, and, we got punished. What can you do? You can keep better. But I think on this hand, I do think I would probably keep it again. Especially against the sort of deck that I'm facing. With that level of counter magic. Alright, that's cards. That is cards. So that is how they're going to get after their cards. I'm trying to remember if this deck runs Force of Will. I don't believe this deck actually runs a Force of Will. Which may look like an oversight. Possibly is. What do I have in play right now? I will just get a Bayou, I think. Kind of stinks to have to do that. The one upside is, they're going to be a little bit more limited on mana. Not a ton, but they're going to be down to, 5 mana post casting their Memory Jar. But I don't think we're going to lose the game this turn. We may. Well, they have Buried Rune as well, so yeah, we may lose the game this turn. It really just depends. Alright, so they're spending 3 to get the Tolarian Academy. Alright. Yep, Expedition Map. Sack. But now I guess they can cast the They can cast out their silly jar this turn if they really want. What is my best draw? I can't win next turn. I don't have enough lands in play. Probably counter magic. Unfortunately, even though I really do want to draw lands too. Like, I'm at a point where I want to draw split cards, which when you're at a point where you want to draw split cards that say land counterspell on them, you're not in a good spot. Alright, they're going to hold the Academy and they're going to hold the jar. I guess they don't want to expose it. Okay, they're going to play it out then. There is some risk to playing it out. I don't think you just go for it this turn. You don't have the mana. At this point, you don't have the mana. Okay. Alright, so I think this is what we do. I do not have counter magic in hand, so I'm going to Sky Shroud Claim, find 2 blue-producing lands. If that is possible. It may not actually be possible any longer. I'm going to take all the damages here, and I'm going to say go. This way, if I hit like Negate or, I don't know, Memory Lapse, I'm in good stead. My hand's pretty good on the backswing. I mean, if I wanted to hope they whiffed, I could just go with Into the North and then set up possibly a win on the following turn. It's pretty thin that would happen. I don't think the life total matters on my end. Yep, you got it. You have got it. And now we're going to jar. We're going to go into a jar turn. Yep. Okay, so we didn't hit anything relevant. So if they have the win, they have the win. Unfortunately, we've lost Scapeshift, but we can get it back with Eternal Witness. We get it back with Eternal Witness or Snapcaster Mage. We did not lose any mountains either, which is kind of nice. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, the question becomes, do you have the ability to win right now? And if they don't, I don't feel horrible. I mean, losing my Scapeshift kind of does stink. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I mean, they're probably going to use it right now. Only it's negative net, or it's negative net -2 mana on Academy to play out the Bell right now. I think I would have used Mishra's Workshop to cast Bell. Alright, they are tapping their Academy right now. Are we going to Time Spiral? No, they tap the rest of their mana if they were going to do that. I mean, literally Fireball would kill me here, so I mean, I guess that was one downside to getting the 2 untapped lands. If it's just a big Time Spiral, or not Time Spiral, Stroke of Genius. Alright, it is Time Spiral. Okay, well I have Negate now, which is nice. So we're going to see what they can do. At a minimum, that also means that my Scapeshift is back in my deck. And none of this stuff in my hand do I really care about that much. Okay, so they didn't quite hit what they needed. Which means Negate may still be good. I wonder how much counter magic they actually run. Well, might as well get it. They know I don't have Force of Will because I would have gotten it the turn I tutored. Alright, just F6 because they know I'm tapped out. And I've already pretty much told them I don't have Force of Will because I think I would have Demonic Tutored for Force of Will over Bayou the one turn that I did tutor with the DT. So do you have the win con is kind of the question. My guess is they do at this point. Or they have a way to draw just a ton of cards. Yep. These are all kind of irrelevance. They've already made their land drop this turn, right? Because the reason I ask that is it may be relevant if they have... there's 2 cards that can untap, 2 land cards that can untap Tolarian Academy. But if they're just drawing cards, I think I'm okay with that. Okay. Well, we're seeing more cards. Alright. Okay. Well, they made their land drop. I don't really like making this land drop, per se. I think you want to save your land drop this very turn for one of 2 lands, which are... I think it's Midiamo and... they have a Power Artifact. Make infinite mana with the Basalt Monolith. They may or may not. That's kind of an older combo now. Miniamo and then Deserted Temple are the 2 cards that are going to tap Tolarian Academy to just, make a boat of mana. Basalt Monolith does have infinite mana combos, and there's a couple cards that combo with it to make infinite mana. So we're going to see. What have we got? This could just be a big Stroke of Genius or Blue Sun Zenith. Alright, Time Reversal. Alright. Okay. Well, do you have it? Alright, losing the Scapeshift again, which kind of stinks, but what can you do? Can also sack the Inventor's Fair to find any artifact in their deck, so I think at this point they should be able to win. Okay. I'm going to make them show it to me. If it's just... all I really need to do here is get a Walking Ballista, and I'll concede the game. Okay, that... is this enough? I'm going to save them the time. I'm going to save them the time here, because they said their connection's bad. I know I'm pretty dead there, so I'll go ahead and pack that one in. Dispel would be nice in this matchup as well. So hopefully we make a little bit better of a keep call. I don't know if I'm being results oriented. Maybe I think I still would have kept that keep though. All right, this one I'm not going to keep. Unfortunately, it has a lot of cool cards in it. Wow. Yeah, unfortunately, no. Well, some of these keeps have been utter garbage. Did not have a keep in really any of those hands. I could have kept the 6er. 5 on the play is pretty much death sentence. This is just kind of abysmal. Sometimes you just lose games too. You just don't have variance on your side, and Yep, go ahead. Yep, mulls to 5. Old salty mulls to 5. We are at 39 lands though, so we still do have an opportunity to get a few draw outs here. I mean, they're just going to get to go to town though. In the meantime, and they're a fast deck, so I mean, we really need to hit our marks here. No Dryad Arbor in this deck. I would have gotten it otherwise, just in case I hit like a black land, I could kill something. Alright, well, I have to, I think, hope here that, alright, bottom. Alright, hope I don't get killed this turn. If I don't, I can possibly get there. Alright, if they're just going to start doing mini ammo sequences, I like that. Because mini ammo is a way I get back in this game. I don't think I do anything here. I think I just leave up mana drain. And if they want to start giving us both cards, I'll drain something and then possibly get a big Green Sun Zenith off. Alright, I like seeing my lands. Alright, just hang out and hope we can stop them with one drain. Alright, they're going to draw that way. Cool. They don't want a mini or Mikuro. Mikokuro? Yeah. I'm not trying to stop their mana at this point. Their mana is just too ungodly good. I'm going to save my interaction for just the business. Sometimes it makes sense to stop the mana. Sometimes it's just about stopping the business. Alright. I don't really think it's worth pulsing anything here. I think I'm just going to leave up Mystic Confluence for their end step, and if they do something, cool. If they don't, cool. They stopped using Mikokoro, because Mikokoro did allow me to get out of my initial mana screw, mulliganing to 5. Mystic Confluence is not likely to counter much, so I think just using it as Ancestral Recall here for 5 is still great. Just going to draw a boatload of cards. They want to counter this. If they have interaction of some sort, they can spend it on this. But I think I'm fine with that. Alright, if they're going to counter this, I think that's okay. Alright, Frantic Search on end step? Okay. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe they can kill me at instant speed, and I just don't know their build well enough. I have a few builds of this style of deck, but I don't tend to... There are a lot of different varieties of Academy, so, you know, I won't deign to know how they intend on killing me. If they force me to discard here, I think that's okay. With Mikokoro. Because Fatal Push... Alright, they're not even going to do that. Interesting. Fatal Push is junk. And actually, I really don't like Green Sun Zenith here either. Typically I would, but right now, not so much. Yep, mana. You got it. Inventor's Fair is a little spookier. They could sack that. Okay. Well, what do we go for? Probably a Memory Jar again, and I will counter that. Or do I? I mean, being fair, I do have lethal next turn, so I mean, if they go for it, it may behoove me. Alright, Staff of Domination. Alright, I think we do just go for it next turn. I think we go next turn. If we're able to. We may not be getting to do that. The Temple Bell doesn't really worry me that much now. And at this point, even a jar wouldn't worry me that much. Alright, yep. The Signet's fine. That's one of the things with the Academy deck is it requires a lot of enabling cards to make it run. No, I don't think I actually want to dump that. And Scapeshift again, they're at 14 life. Just going to get Tropical Island here. All right, that's it. And I had Spell Snare to back up against like a negate or something if they like could tap for a negate. Pretty interesting games actually. Academy's one of those decks that when it works, it looks like an utter champion. But if you know exactly, it's like not that much really matters in it. Like there's a lot of stuff that just does not matter. In choosing or understanding what does matter, I think is the most important part of beating that deck. I do think the deck is very cool. And I've dabbled with it myself. It's just not very interactive, and like it really just has its game plan going. And if its game plan doesn't work, you're kind of just like dead in the water. It makes it pretty good against like mid-range decks, though. Play some Storm. We'll try some Storm out. We'll play some Storm next. I haven't played this deck live in a while. I hope my audio is better. I've had folks complaining about the audio quality, so I turned the fan off in my home. Tried to relook the settings. The headset I have likely is old, so hopefully, it does a better job capturing the auditory input to the game. We're going to see how we can do with this deck. This deck is more challenging to play. This Storm deck is. Scapeshift is more interactive, so I liked it better in that matchup. Like I think Storm versus Academy is like a toss-up matchup. Like both of them are probably like turn 3 to 4 decks. Well, maybe up to 5. It just really depends on draw. Oh yeah. This hand is hilarious. And I think, shockingly enough, I'm actually going to keep it because it has Jace. If I'm against like a really interactive deck, this hand's exceedingly bad. So this deck runs 29 lands, and it has 5 in its opener, which is really bad. But one of the cool things I can do with this deck is play it like it's a control deck, or act like I'm a control deck in the first game before he knows what's going on. Because I have all blue lands, it may look like I'm playing Seinfeld. Like I think I could possibly like try to level him with this. Maybe. Maybe not. If he's playing like an aggressive deck, I'm just going to die. Okay. All right. But still, like, he may still think this is just a control hand. Control deck. And Thoughtseize is not really that good against me. I mean, it's going to get my Jace, more than likely. I don't know. Maybe it gets Ponder. If he has a kill spell, like an Abrupt Decay, he could just take Ponder here. Takes Ponder, so he has a kill spell. Cool. I mean, we are hoping to Mise, and we're kind of hoping we're playing against another control deck here, but we're probably not. Okay, Jace is now down. He can stop my Arid Mesa if he really wants. If he wants to try to screw me up mana. Probably save Jace to pitch to Force of Will if I need to. Although I am running Time Twister in the deck, so maybe it makes more sense to get it out there. Opponent is down to 3 cards. I guess it is a blocker as well, so I'll play it out. Well, this hand is very well set up for High Tide. This is going to be entertaining. I think I'm going to save the Arid Mesa. Ideally for a Brainstorm, if we can hit one of those. Jace will block well. That is what he will do for a turn. He will buy me 1 turn of Fog effect. Alright, Finks is fine. I mean, it's a little annoying, but it's not going to kill me quickly. Alright. Eventually we will stop drawing mana sources. This deck is mostly cantrips, and I think when we hit cantrips, the deck will become quite powerful with this opener, actually. Like, because this deck typically cantrips to find mana. And my hand had to have looked like something like Seinfeld or something like that. I really don't want to pop Peer Through Depths until I'm ready to start going. I think I just take the beat down from this thing for a little bit. Just in case there's a better thing to block. Hopefully they just tap out for something and I can get like one of my draw 7s off. Because Intuition can get me a draw 7 here. I'll block. It's fine. We'll block this time around. Okay. Well, what do you want to give me? Obviously, it'd be nice to have been able to get... if Strip Mine wasn't in play, like the best card would be Time Spiral here. Because I get the untap with the draw 7. We'll take a look here. Alright, doesn't Tomb do anything? I don't have mana in my yard, so I do not think that it does. Play out the Petal, the Mesa, and we'll Twister. Am I dead next turn? Not quite. Okay, Gravecrawler. Take 6. Okay. So there's Duress and Mental Note. Cool. Take 6. They're going to put their 2-2 back or 2-1 back into play. So I do need to win next turn, I think. Okay, Diabolic Intent for what? I guess we're going to see. I'm trying to think of what they would find here. Like, do they have a card that just hoses Storm? They know what I'm playing now. I do think we did a decent job. I mean, despite keeping a very bad hand, like I would not recommend the keeping of this hand. I kind of kept it for science more so than anything. This hand could just go off. I mean, it's got a ton of mana. I just need some of the right cards to make it happen. It's possible I also wanted strategic planning last turn. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I mean, in the face of him to Turek, it's just kind of bad. But in green plus Strip Mine, what do they get? Could also just snap to buy time. Like, snap by time is not bad. I do kind of want to save snap, though, like for my turn, so I can make mana with it if I get a high tide or like a... that's it. I should have done this first. I'm going to bottom that. Yep, I screwed that up. We're going to snap this Juderino. Oh, that's not going to work. You're just going to find something, and Time Twister's going to shuffle your library again. We got rid of Gravecrawler. We got rid of Lotleth Troll. Question becomes, are we dead? It's possible I want to fetch one land here. Alright, that is pretty much exactly what we want to see. So we go blue, high tide. Oh, it's the original art, my man. Alright, so we're at high tide. We'll find this one here, make one black and one blue. Dark Ritual. I think I have to go for a turnabout here. I think they wanted to wasteland me at some point here earlier. Does any of this matter? No. Well, we could go ham with that, utterly ham, but... Oh, and actually we may need to. So we're going to be short a little bit of mana here. So we got Glissa. Alright, does any of this really matter? Not terribly. Because they're going to him me, duress me, whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Because I'll be able to recast the Past in Flames next turn. Now, am I short a high tide? No, I've High Tide, Turnabout. I kind of have all the tools I need at my disposal. Yep, Duresme, you can get the Tendrils. But I can play Urborg to kind of make up for it. They could also blow up my Volk, which would make things a little more challenging. Oh, they found the Pack Rat anyways. It's kind of funny. Okay, they call it good. It is. Like, they could disrupt my hand, but I'm going to get the stuff back. Mid-range versus Storm is kind of the ideal matchup for Storm. We kind of had all the time in the world there, because they just don't kill very quickly, and like they're a more interactive deck. Should probably take Doomsday out of this deck. I do love the card. I'm going to keep this again. It's got mana. You know, its spells are a little inefficient and clunky. Discard. That's kind of... Okay, they're just going to put a threat down. I actually would rather see discard than a threat with this hand. Alright, well... Keep that. Alright, Bob is spooky. Alright, Forest enters the revealed zone. Cool, cool. What's the best draw in my deck? Like a Lotus Petal or Mox Diamond would be very good here. Well, Collective Brutality's rough, but I mean, we'll be alright. What do they take here? I can see either High Tide or Time Spiral. High Tide's probably correct. The mana is more dangerous, I think, at this very moment than the cards are. Okay, they take the card that I probably care the least about. Alright, go on ahead, my friend. Then next turn, we're going to try to go nuts. Alright, Throne of the High City. Whatever. Slam in there, you. Tracker is 100% fine. Just don't have discard. Alright, that's not discard. I'm feeling very good at this point. Kind of whiffed here because I should have fetched on their end step. The life actually may be important. Alright. Probably just get turnabout here, I think. Okay, they're going to pack it in. I think I have them there because I have the DT plus the turnabout plus the meditate, and I have a full boat to card. So, Storm gets there. We don't get to see it actually win, but how I was going to do this is I was going to at least do this once to make mana. DT for probably another untap effect like Frantic Search. Make more mana. Recast Past in Flames after casting out my hand, which would include Braden freezing myself, ideally finding my win con and then winning. So that was kind of the line here that we were going to take. So, two kind of cool combo decks, an aggro combo deck in Storm there, and a control combo deck in Scapeshift. I think now, I just did Oath yesterday. I really, you know what, I'm going to play some aggro, I think. I'm going to play some aggro. So, let's do Black, White, Death, and Taxes. I really like this deck. Yeah, hand's fine. I mean, it would really want a black mana, but it's got efficient removal. If it's a black mana, it just goes off. Okay. Well, if we get to resolve a Core Firewalker against a red deck, that feels good. Okay. That's going to get snapped off. Swords to Plowshare. Next turn, we may just be cycling a Horizon Canopy. If we don't find a fetch land. I don't really know how... This is Aristocrats, I'm pretty sure I'm facing. I don't know how Aristocrats versus Black, White, Death, and Taxes goes. I think it's really going to be draw dependent. Oh, if they're short on a draw here, if they're short on land drops, that's not good for them. Alright, well, I'm not going to cycle Horizon Canopy yet. I have relevant plays to make, and if they want to kill my stuff, eventually Hallowed Spirit Keeper does accrue some value. I could just bolt it right away, give me a 1/1. I'm a big fan of this card. Alright, they're going to kill that thing. That's fine. Yeah, Hallowed Spirit Keeper is one you don't generally want to kill very much. Brimaz. Well, this draw has not worked out poorly, but then again, that's what this deck does. It just plays a couple 4-drops and a ton of like little dudes. So it should be able to operate primarily on 3 to 4 lands pretty easily. I mean, heck, it could probably win on 2 lands. Okay, Harsh Mentor. This land as well. Yeah, so if I sack the Horizon Canopy, I take damage, right? Not going to block. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna bend your arm here. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think if they have a start like that, and again, this is a sideboarded deck, but I'm not gonna use my sideboard. I would like to have Parallax Wave in this matchup. I think that would be a good one. That's one that's probably worth a main deck in Canadian Highlander. I mean, obviously I'm playing a Highlander deck versus a Canadian Highlander deck. I'm gonna keep this, but I'm not sure on it. It's close. I mean, it's got a 1-drop. It's got some great 3s. I mean, Hushwing Griff may be interesting against their deck. I don't know how many value duders they have. Alright, well, Mox again. Okay, and they get to disrupt my hand. So, what do they take here? They take Soldier of the Pantheon. It's kind of a miserable pick. Taking a 1-drop. I mean, I suppose it's better than... No, it's probably the right play to take Soldier here. Could be Thalia, but if I just hit mana, like, I can put them in a bad spot. And Gideon should be pretty good in this matchup. Alright, they take even Mind Sensor. Alright, well, they plan on doing some tutoring. Well, we're gonna run into Wasteland here as well. I'm gonna find my dual land. Am I? I'm actually not. I think it's better just to get this dude down. I can't be attacked by this thing because it is multicolored and Soldier of the Pantheon is... Alright, well, Hushwing Griff's not going to be doing work here. They probably should get a Batter Skull. I do have Banisher Priest to deal with it. And if they're mana short, then this should be okay. Sort of Light and Shadow. Alright, main deck. Interesting. Alright. This one we'll probably lose, be my guess. Alright. Well, it's possible we could set up a sort of Fire and Ice hit. They're going to be beating us in the life race, but Stoneforge Mystic is hits for 3. Yep, that's fine. They could just hang out and block, but they know I have a Hushwing. In the life total, I think I can beat the sword. I think I'd leave up Hushwing and even Mind Sensor here. And if I draw a land, I can go Mother of Runes plus Sword of Fire and Ice next turn. Fragmentize would probably be the best draw on my deck. Okay, fetch land down to 17, but mana is getting better for them. What cards at 4 really worry me? I don't know. Planeswalker? Alright, Butcher. Okay. Well, they could sack something with Butcher and get it back with the Sword of Fire and Ice, or Light and Shadow. But the issue is their mana is not very... Like, Sword of Light and Shadow is very mana intensive. Okay, it has haste. Alright, I will block here. And get Olivia back. So I still need to hit a Fragmentize pretty badly here. This can gain Vigilance too, which is kind of interesting. Alright, him, cool. Got Mother and Gideon, but I don't think those are that relevant right now. Now at a minimum, if they didn't hit land, they're not casting out their Olivia, which is kind of nice. Okay, tapped. Okay, gains what? Vigilance? Lifelink, okay. I'm going to gain a lot of life here. Yep. So now I need to draw a way to deal with the Sword of Light and Shadow pretty badly. And there are a couple in the deck. It also... Yeah, I mean, this draw is requiring a lot to go right for it. Alright, Arb is not it. Alright, do we just pack it in? Yep, we're dead. Oh, actually, wait. Are we? Yeah, no, we're dead. Yeah, we can't play a flyer out this turn to block and then use Mishra's Factory to block, so I'll just go ahead and concede there. Actually closer than you may think, though. There were certainly outs. I do have Fragmentize in the deck. I was going to say, I thought I had Fragmentize in the deck, and I got, obviously Disenchant sideboard, but I'm not going to bring that in. I believe I also have... Where are you at, buddy? I think I have a Relic Warder in there. I didn't see if I did or not. Most of these decks I run Relic Warder in. So, yeah, hand's fine. It's got interaction. It's got early drops. It's got mana disruption. It's got a little bit of everything going on for it. I don't mind this hand at all. Doesn't have a lot of, great disruption, but it's not horrible either. So, Soldier, go. Well, Path to Exile just became basically the best removal spell ever printed with Leon and Arbiter in play. Okay, not as much anymore, but okay. I'm assuming it's getting taken here. No, it's not naming my land. Yep, not searching for a land here kind of stinks. Figure we just gotta push the damage here. If they can answer the board, like if they have Toxic Deluge, that'd be the worst. They have T-Del, or Inquisition of Kozilek, and get either Opposing Sovereign or Knight. Or they wanted to get Knight. Interesting. And they cannot cast it, though. Alright, this guy cannot block, so that's good for us. I'm going to flip the Kithy in here. I'm going to give this Duder Indestructible, and I think I'm just going to play my guy out here and say, hey, have it. Because anything they play is going to come into play tap. They have no blockers right now, and they're very dead on the next turn. It's pretty much just like, hey, have Toxic Deluge and still have to face off against Gideon. So I kind of like that. All right, guys. Well, that was Black-White Aggro versus, I believe, like a Mardu Aristocrats deck. What else do I want to play here? Could do some Miracles. I don't know how much folks enjoy watching Blue-White Miracles play. I think it's a very cool deck. I enjoy playing it. It is not fast, but it is certainly very good. I tend to be a control player at heart, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Hand's not great, but it's got a preordain. Depends on what we're playing against. I mean, if we're playing against like speed combo or speed aggro, this hand's just going to fold up. But against mid-range, I can actually see this hand doing some pretty good things for us. Shockingly enough. Alright, Force of Will is a bottom card. I think I'm going to bottom that too, shockingly. Alright, I actually like Brainstorm. I'm kind of glad I bottomed that. I don't think Path to Exile with like no action cards in hand is really a good option, even against aggro, because it's just going to put them so far ahead early. That could be bad thinking on my part. I mean, if we get duressed here, cool, they get my Brainstorm, but like they're going to see my hand is just utter nonsense. Okay. Alright, the Freebooter gets my Brainstorm, cool. But it's not a fast clock. So okay, do they have like a Brimaz or something to back it up? if I do get to live long enough, getting Brainstorm back from underneath that Kitesail Freebooter will be very nice. I should have played that land. I knew I drew that, but it does play around. It does play around Aven Mind Sensor and Wasteland. Hopefully it's not a Gideon of their own. What do they fetch there? A Swamp? I will Merchant Scroll here. Question is, do I want Mana Drain, or do I want, like, just Sphinx's Rev? I'll pick up a Drain. I'd rather not have to use the fetch land before getting the Brainstorm back, but what can you do? Okay. They're going to get the Mana Drain, that's fine. I'm not going to just cast it here. I suppose I could just to get mana, but it doesn't really benefit me that much. Okay. Gonna fetch here for a Hallowed Fountain. They can sack their dude, and this thing becomes a 5-power attacker at that point. Yep, but I get my Brainstorm back. Which kind of knew would happen. So Gideon is dead. I guess I can attack me too. Yeah, I think you just killed the Gideon here. And do you have more hand disruption? Okay, 6 me. So I need to Demise pretty soon here. I am not dead to this turn. I am down to 1. And then I need to hit. So I'm going to have to pop the Myriad Landscape. I can't take the damage off the fetch land here in my hand. I'll just counter this. They have burn, whatever. I die. I do not think they do. Okay. Alright, and we are dead. What was our next draw? Oh, ho, ho. That would have been nice there. What can you do? Alright, resub. We kept a very greedy hand. But being fair, actually, I do think it actually had a pretty good chance of getting there. I mean, you saw how the game played out. Like, it was really one threat that got us. This is a mole. There's no white mana. Yeah. Alright. Not a good set of keeps, guys. Down to 5. Then we're just hoping to get through this game and make it to match or game 3. think we save the Serum Visions for next turn and really hope to hit a land here. Pretty much remand anything they play or condescend it. Alright. Say go. Well, at a minimum, it is a land drop. It's not one that produces mana, but it is a land drop. Yeah, it's fine. I have a Maze of Ith. The template's pretty well against that. Question is, do I need to Serum Visions there? I think I'll wait until next turn. I really kind of want to wait on it. It's really... Serum Vision's a weird card. I mean, it's so much worse than Preordain. So sometimes it's better just to pop it off in the early game. But like right now, I feel like I just need to hold on. Okay. Okay. A lot of mana. Tell him to play that again next turn. Don't know why, folks. I guess if they have a raid card, it makes sense to do this. Folks will attack into Maze of Ith pretty indiscriminately. They have like a Bramaz or something? No. Sadly enough, I do not think I want Mana Drain or Dismiss right now. I just want to make land drops. Okay. Force them to pay 2 here. That way they can't recast out their Blood-Soaked Champion this turn. I am going to keep Hieroglyphic Illumination and Cryptic Command. Yeah, you cannot cast tapped wrong. Alright, nope. Tapped wrong if you want to do that. think I say okay to this, actually. Alright. Living on a prayer. Land me. It did not land me. I do have force of will, though. Alright, search for Iskanta. Alright, here we go. Now we're kind of getting to where this deck wants to be. Not saying we're out of the weeds yet, but we get 1 to 2 search for Iskanta triggers off, or just activations off, we're probably going to end the game. That card is worrisome, though. Do they have more basics? They do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not an optimal use of the card. I think you probably want to get Iskanta, but yeah. I mean, I have Force of Will in hand. If it had been Maze, I may have protected it with Force of Will. I think Iskanta is the most dangerous. There's actually an argument that I force there just to find something relevant off Iskanta. But, you know, I don't want to get mized out by something random here. I like Iskanta, though. But my deck is going to function better when it starts getting to mana advantage, so it does need to keep on hitting land drops here. Pretty much all you want to hit with this Kanta is land drops, so you can find spells with this Kanta. Yeah, not much is going to resolve right now. Do I care about this? Okay. I think that's fine. The monarchy is the big issue right now, so like I do kind of want to find a way to steal that. If I can steal it, the game will just irrevocably end, I think. Let's just go digging here. All right, Treat the Angels is on the stat, or is ready to go. I'm going to have to pitch Cryptic Command to Force of Will if I need to counter something this turn. But that will give me a means of winning the game, of taking the monarchy and winning the game, likely. Oh my goodness, it's a miracle. Okay, we're going to boards. Woo! Got out of that game. I feel very lucky to have gotten out of that game just due to the fact that we mulliganed so aggressively down to 5. We have to play again, which, honestly, maybe it makes sense just to take the draw in this matchup. I don't know. That can't be right because I know they want the draw as well. Ooh. Well, then. Then there was this hand. I'm going to keep this despite my better interest, I think. I mean, it does have interaction in the early game. Turn 1 discard is like the worst thing. Turn 1 discard or 2-1. 2-1 on turn 1 is the worst thing for us to see. On the play, I would like this a lot better because I could get their turn 1 discard if that's what ends up happening, like a Duress or an Inquisition of Kozlik. Alright, take the damage? No, they don't. Alright, well, Think 3 times at least a good card. It's not going to be good for a while. I hope I can exchange some of these cards for non-creature spells. Alright, would rather be drawing cantrips here to find my lands. Alright, go ahead. I'm not going to let him see my hand. Sorcerer Spyglass does absolutely nothing right now, which is nice. I'd probably name like Jace the Mind Sculptor, Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. Elspeth's in the deck, I believe. Elspeth, Sun's Champion. These are all cards they could name, but otherwise they're naming in the dark because I've got nothing in hand. Ooh, that was a big one. It's possible I should have let on Mystic Gate there, just in case I top deck into Entreat, make 2 angels with it. The cool thing is they're not going to know about the mana drain now. I mean, I'd ideally like to counter a 4-mana spell, but they're not going to play... Like, their 4-mana spells are going to be Planeswalkers normally. Mind Twist. They're not going to twist me because, I mean, they know I have Pierce. Bam. That's a big game. That was a pretty big game right there. Oh, if they do this, I'm so happy. Get schmoed. That's a bad beat right there. Snappy for all the value in the world and for no value at all. Yeah, sorry, I'm trolling a little bit, man. It's real rough. Like, miss your land drop and like get one card off of it. Like, cycle your land for 4 mana or 5 mana, and give your opponent an extra card every turn for a long time. Because now I can probably stop almost anything. Yeah, it's real rough. Folks love this card, like in the aggro decks. Like I actually do think this card is really good. I think you gotta be real careful with it. You really want a board presence when you do it. He may just be packing it in here. Yeah. May kill it. I don't really care if he kills my Snapcaster Mage. He's done his job here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very possible to beat all these cards. Just a ridiculous amount of cards. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. So you got to see a lot of different matchups. Miracle, some black-white aggro, some Scapeshift. Hopefully the audio was better tonight. I forget what the other matchup I did was somewhere in the middle of there. But you had a lot of different cool games in Canadian Highlander. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And, yeah, take care and enjoy the content. As always, bye now.